A Wedding Weekend from Hell, Perspective from the Maid of Honor. So I am related to the bride in this story, and this took place many years ago when I was still in college. Drama happened within the wedding party, but mercifully, I was removed from that drama and lived nearly 1,000 miles away. That said, the drama meant I was promoted to Maid of Honor after originally just being a bridesmaid. With that came a little pressure to make this a good experience. Here's the story from the Wedding Weekend from Hell. I apologize if it's a little disjointed, but I have tried to block most of this out of my memory. Without going into details, my mom was protesting the wedding and decided she would stay home with my brother because he had a tournament. Okay, that's fine. This is my dad's side of the family, so he agreed to attend with me, so we booked flights out of a neighboring major city. First sign of trouble was boarding the plane to learn it was out of oxygen. To replace the oxygen, everyone would have to disembark, but while we were dealing with the oxygen issue, the entire airport went on lockdown because President Obama was landing. Got to watch the motorcade from the airplane window, but our flights got seriously delayed. Next, we finally get to our destination super late. We pull up to the groom's parents' combo, bowling alley, karaoke bar that they own to do the ceremony rehearsal, as the hotel where everything would be happening the following day was already booked. I'm immediately told to change into a Maid of Honor tank top, as we will be having the bachelorette party following the rehearsal. As the oldest member of the bridal party at 20, I was hoping for a low-key night at a hotel and had created a fun bag of beaded necklaces, a silly veil, and kind of innocent sex toys to embarrass the bride back at the hotel room. We get through the rehearsal, which takes 15 minutes, and everyone splits up. I'm pushed into an SUV with the bride driving. I'm in the passenger seat while the other bridesmaids are in the back. We finally get to the hotel room and come to learn the groom's cousin, the junior bridesmaid, will be staying with us. This place has 2 bedrooms, one had a door, and there are 5 of us. We tell the junior bridesmaid we will have to double up. She doesn't like that, so she locks herself in the only bedroom with a door. Whatever. We settle in, and the bride then opens the bag I brought to start the party. She loves everything in it and immediately makes us all wear the beaded necklaces and makes the snap decision that the joke underwear I included will actually be perfect under her wedding dress. I'm starting to get concerned, as this was pretty ugly stuff. She then announces we're going bar hopping, though no one can drink. Make it to the first bar and immediately get surrounded by creeps. One guy and his friends buy shots for the bridal party, aged 18, 20, and shove us into a single handicap bathroom. They say we cannot leave unless we finish the shots. We do the shots and mercifully GTFO of that place and go to the bar next door. Bar next door needs cover, and I'm the only one with cash, so I'm stuck paying. This bar has lots of dancing, so it was fun, until one of the bridesmaids' ex-boyfriends show up. He's clearly trying to pick a fight, and right before I go to step in, the bridesmaid flashes both her hands up, nails out, and announces, "I'm with Travis now." Until this point, I didn't realize she had Travis painted across her nails with hearts on the remaining fingers. Other bridesmaid tries to step in but nearly breaks her leg. Her stiletto heel fell into a bullet hole in the floor, and she nearly snapped her ankle. Thankfully, the shoe takes the hit and the heel is gone. Bride finally decides we need to leave, and as soon as we're outside, announces we're going to a strip club. I veto cause, again, I'm the only one with cash, and I'm a broke college student. Bride pouting, gets back in the car, and we head back to the hotel. It's about 3 a.m. right now, and we have a makeup appointment at 8 a.m. We get back to the hotel, and junior bridesmaid is still in the locked room, snoring like a chainsaw, so 4 of us are splitting the last bed. As we're getting changed, bride starts panicking because she's allergic to down pillows and thinks down pillows are on the bed. We call the front desk, and according to the dude on the line, there's no way to tell what has down and what doesn't. So we bowl up blankets and towels for the bride to sleep on and lock the pillows away in the bathroom. Alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m. so we can get up and get to this makeup appointment. Come to find out, the beaded necklaces I had bought, hot pink, were not color safe, and now we all have bright pink necks, bride included. Everyone starts panicking, and we decide we will try to get it all off after the makeup appointment. Come to find out, the makeup appointment was really the bride thinking she could get all of our makeup done at Kohl's before they opened. Still not sure what the hell happened there, so when that doesn't work, and why would it? We head to Walmart to pick up makeup. As a note, this wedding is taking place in springtime in Florida, but is themed Winter Wonderland. The groom has never seen snow before. All the bridesmaids will be wearing fur-trimmed shawls, while the bride walks down in a fur cape. We pick up every frosted blue and white eyeshadow option this Walmart has, and head back to the hotel. Each person takes turns scrubbing their neck, while I somehow turn into the makeup artist and hairstylist. I have zero experience in each of these things, so, of course, one of the bridesmaids doesn't like her face. Fine. Do it yourself. We're finally almost done and pinkless, when one of the bridesmaids pulls out a massive hairpiece. I'm thinking that's a bold choice to wear as a bridesmaid, but turns out, it's for the bride. It's 3 feet long and doesn't match her hair color or texture at all. I'm so done at this point, so we manage to get it in her hair anyway and stuff her into her dress. During all this time, the junior bridesmaid's mom picks her up and leaves. This is not the last of her. Finally, we're heading to the hotel to finish ceremony prep. The bride is driving again and gets her hand stuck in the steering wheel. This causes one of her fake nails to pop off. I go to grab it and sweep it into an AC vent. This causes a full-on panic attack, with the bride pulling an illegal U-turn to take us to Walgreens. I run in and buy tweezers to fish it out and nail glue. Disaster averted, but note to self: if someone loses a nail in a car, let them get it themselves. Finally get to the hotel, and things are in a good spot. The bride's mom has done a great job decorating, and it looks really cute. The bride and groom do a first look and want to take photos. Come to learn the hotel property hasn't been maintained in a while, so I end up borrowing a leaf blower from the staff to clean out an area for photos, all while in a dress and wearing this god-awful fur shawl in Florida, and it's like 80 out with 200% humidity. I start contemplating jumping into the water feature. Edit, Swamp Thing. Again, this is Florida. Next to the hotel, knowing full well there are gators in there. Next, we get to the ceremony. And due to odd numbers, I'm walking down with both the best man and a bridesmaid, one on each of the best man's arms. Best man refuses to take either of our arms. Turns out, his pregnant girlfriend was at the rehearsal and didn't like her man touching other women. I ask if he can grow up for 2 seconds and get the finger in response. We all walk down the aisle in a group, as the bride's brother acts as DJ. Finally comes time for the bride to walk down the aisle. She's being walked by both parents, but doesn't have a great relationship with her dad. It was drilled into everyone that when it came time to ask, who presents this woman for marriage, only her mom was to respond. Problem is, this was practiced without using the fur cape. Shania Twain is crooning on in the background, while the bride's mom struggles to unhook the cape. Not only does the hook not work, but it gets stuck in the hairpiece too. Finally, after waiting for about 60 seconds, her dad says he's giving her away, which just pisses the mother of the bride off. They sit down, and the ceremony happens. The vows exclusively focus on having children and having them ASAP. Photos are taken and we head to the reception in the room next door. We've been told by the hotel staff that only a limited number of hours were paid for, so we all need to be out by 7 p.m. Fine, we can do that. As the bridal party is lining up to be announced, it turns out the mom of the groom changed out of her nice clothes and into jorts and a rip top as she has work after this. After the bridal party files in, clearly not touching that best man again, she actually does the mother-son dance in those jorts. Now, while everyone is distracted by the jorts, it turns out the junior bridesmaid decided to pull a fast one and hid the marriage license before it could be signed. After searching for nearly 30 minutes, it's located buried in the DJ's equipment. While searching for the license, and since there were only deli cold cuts, water, and loaves of bread to eat and drink, some guests decide to start the after-party early at the bowling alley karaoke bar and start leaving. This causes some people to take the centerpieces, snow globes engraved with the couple's name and date, to be gifted to the bridal party. The groom nearly punches out his aunt to get it back. Party ends up stopping at 6:30 p.m. sharp. Turns out the DJ is the guy who runs karaoke at the bar, and he needs time to tear down and set up again that evening. We finally leave and head to the karaoke bar. I'm in jeans and having fun. I decide to pick a song with the word fuck in it. Pretty sure it was Alanis Morissette, which pisses off one of my cousins. He's significantly older than me, and starts yelling at my dad about me saying that word. My dad, having not witnessed it, looks at my cousin and says, "What the fuck did she say?" And my cousin storms off. My dad is pretty great, but didn't know what the hell was going on. He literally was dejaff at this point and was trying to pretend we were not blood relations of these people. Bride and groom ended up late to the after party as she decided they couldn't have sex again until marriage, and he couldn't wait any longer. They claimed they did it in the car. My dad and I left soon after all this crap, as we had to leave at 3 a.m. the next day to catch our flight. As an ending to this wonderful experience, we ended up witnessing a bad car accident on the way to the airport. We stopped and checked on the guy who was hit and gave him my dad's business card on the off chance a witness would be called. We then finally get to the airport to witness a passenger fight with a desk attendant over a pre-board issue. Fists were nearly thrown. And as an extra cherry on top, on our final connecting flight, a pregnant passenger and her dad got into a fight with a flight attendant. The dad did lay hands on the attendant, and police were called, waiting when we landed. I really have bad karma when it comes to flying. About a week after the wedding, the guy who was in the car accident calls my dad to thank him for the business card. Turns out the guy who T-boned him tried to say the victim was at fault, but shut the hell up after my dad's business card was waved around. Note to everyone who got this far, do the world a solid and act as a witness advocate when bad shit happens. Next, not quite 2 years later, the bride and groom announced their divorce. To celebrate, my dad asked if I wanted to smash my snow globe in the street. Of course I did. We head outside, and as my dad is about to set it on the road, he stops and just says, "Shit, we can't do this." I was going to be starting my first job with a local nonprofit after graduation, and come to learn this snow globe had the nonprofit's logo on the bottom. It had been sold as part of a fundraiser to support their mission. I still work for that nonprofit, and still have that ugly-ass snow globe in my office to this day. As a final note, since this happened, the bride is now happily married to the man of her dreams, while the groom has been in some trouble with the law. Hopefully he's living a happy life, far the hell away from anyone I care about. I'm also 100% sure I'm forgetting some things that happened that weekend, but I'm okay with that. Edit. I asked my dad recently if he remembers anything else about that weekend. Clearly he wasn't at the bachelorette party. His response? "Why the fuck would you remind me of that?" Second edit. I forgot the bride requested a special song be played, so she, her mom, and her grandma could all dance at the reception in a circle and celebrate the fact they all got married at the age of 19. They had the DJ announce it and everything. For the record, 2-3 of those women are divorced from the person they married at 19, so not a great track record.